Well, hey guys, welcome back to our coaching moments. We're in session 2 of our coaching moments for Not Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to prepare for your role as a small group host. Now, this week you may have some new people who weren't able to be at group last week, so make sure you're expecting them and make a point of welcoming them to group. When the group starts, ask them to introduce themselves and say maybe how they heard about the group. Also have the returning members introduce themselves and maybe share their name and maybe one thing they got out of last week's meeting. This is a great way to easily give new people a bunch of good reasons why they should stay in group and come back next week. Also, be sure to remind your group that it's never too late to invite new people to the small group. You know, the reality is this: Jesus wants all of us to have the same heart that he has for people who aren't connected to God and his family. So continue thinking and praying about others who might be willing to join the small group. It's never too late. Keep inviting people. I also want to make sure that you're encouraging the people in your small group to be reading their daily guide. Pastor Steve has put these daily readings together to help all of us connect with God and grow in health in all of the areas of our lives that he's addressing in this series. So once again, please encourage the people in your group to dive in to that daily guide each day so they can get the most out of this series. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a few minutes and help you get more people involved in group, and not just attending the group, but really involved. The best way to get people bought in is to ask them to take responsibility for part of the group. So one of the ways is to ask for a volunteer to keep track of the group's prayer request and also the answers to prayer on the prayer request sheet that's in the back of the daily guide. A second way to involve people is to ask for a couple of volunteers to maybe plan a group social. It could be a potluck meal, a night out at a restaurant, or maybe a barbecue if you got kids joining in. So think about who are the group members who love to throw parties. Tap them on the shoulder, hand this off to them, and let them begin to run with it. And the final thing I'd like you to do is be willing to pass the baton maybe to another person to lead next week's discussion or maybe the week after that. All right. This really is a great way for you to see the study through the eyes of people who have a different gift mix. And it's also going to push their growth as well into fast forward as they step up and they meet the challenge. And finally, another way to grow together as a group is to attend a weekend church service together. So if you have people in your group maybe who don't normally attend Church of the King, this is a great time to invite them and meet them at the door, help them get their kids checked in, grab a cup of coffee with them, and then they can join you and the rest of your group for a great weekend service experience. So that's it for this week. Once again, thanks for listening to all these coaching moments. Remember, we're praying for you, pray for yourself, pray for your group members, and know this: God's listening, he's there for you. So have a great small group this week.